Okay, it is 9:22 a.m. I have nothing on the main list. Again, it's going to be just a continuation of yesterday. Only looking for stocks that are down a lot on the day for a potential number 5 pattern. The overall markets are kind of down today, so that's not really something good. It could mean that these LTCs that are dropping, they might just keep dropping if the overall markets are dropping too. I actually think I'm going to look for listed stocks that are up today. I just have a feeling that maybe LTCs might not be good today. I could totally be wrong, but I don't know. That's just a feeling as of now. And yep, this is where I'm going to be. Just 7 minutes till the market open. Alright, it is 9:42 a.m. The first AABB was a number 5 that I took. I think it was down like 25% at its worst. I don't like the first trade. I did it well, but the problem was that Charles Schwab was just really bad with my execution. I think there was like a good 5-second delay before they even recognized the order, which is not good for day trading. What time it was? It was 9:36. So right into this candle right here, right near the end of it, so it was starting to show that maybe it was going to hold. It probably had a good bid and ask. Tried selling it immediately at 9:37.51. Unfortunately, was not able to get executed. I had to change my order. As you can tell, I kind of had it. Where is it? I tried selling here at 21.5, so would have been like a tiny loss, but unfortunately wasn't able to get executed, and it dropped as low as 21. I got filled at 21.06, which was like not the very bottom, but pretty much at the very bottom, which really pissed me off because then it started to show that it was starting to hold an uptrend. So that's when I went in at a large position size at 39. And this, right here in this candle, basically sold the bottom of this candle just because, it looked like it was going to keep making a new day low, which is nothing I want to be a part of. So when it looked like it was going to crack this level, that was like I knew I had to get out, even though I sold at the very bottom of this. That's what it seemed like. So then when it looked a lot better, I bought 4,000 shares at 39, and I was kind of pissed. I was like, damn it, how, like it just did me like that. Good thing is that I traded a small like a $500 position to play it safe, just because it can get a bit iffy. And I did something brand new today. So I bought at 39 here 4,000 shares. So this was like maybe an $800 position, and I said, well, hey, since I don't have day trades and all of that stuff, why don't I scale in and out and just play it like that? So I did exactly that. I bought let's click here, 4,000. My average was 22.45 at 9:39. So I bought here, and it was 22.45. So it was near the top of this candle. Definitely could do better with my entries and exits, but I think I did this one pretty nicely on my exits. And then I sold 1,000 shares at 22.72 at 41. So I bought here, and then I sold some here, and then I sold more at 23.31 in the same minutes, and then I sold my remaining shares at 23.1 again at 9:42 because it was like topping action. And I thought for a moment, yeah, well, it's only 1,000 shares left. I could try to hold it on to it and just play it out slowly and see exactly how it does this and that. But then I changed my mind. I said, no, I'm getting out. This is looking bad. If I would still be in this trade, I would be dealing with this, but it could definitely try an uptrend later. I don't see why it can't. Especially considering that it's still down 20% on the day. This thing can easily continue an uptrend. But yeah, it saved me from this headache right here, and I'm gonna see if I actually, how did that one do? 17. Yeah, I'm barely up on the day, just because this one really messed me up because I sold at the very bottom here. I don't regret it because I have to play things safe, but definitely aggravating when you cut losses at the same level that the stock shows that it's holding, and then it bounces from there. I don't think anybody really wants that. Let me just see what was the percentage. This one might have been kind of bad. Yeah, this was 4.88%. pretty bad. This one I traded much better, and I traded larger because I knew the setup was better. Unfortunately, this one didn't really make a clean uptrend. It only did this, right? So I traded that as best as I could, and yeah, I don't regret it. There was the other one, ICBU. This one was just choppy, didn't trade it. There was another one. I traded this one before, CCTL. This one ended up being choppy too, and I didn't want to really trade it because this thing has the skull and crossbones on OTC markets. I'll keep looking for more number 5 setups, but yeah, this is where I'm at right now. Alright, it is 10:31 a.m. Haven't really been looking too much, but I did consider buying here AABB when it was around here, but the level 2 didn't look nice until it did. The price action wasn't that nice until it was, with a big green candle. Kind of reminds me of NASDAQ stock, so I don't mind missing this one. Rather just stay away from it and its choppiness. I was ready for that first fake out right here, right? But then they had the second one that threw me off. But you know, that's just unfortunate that Charles Schwab was not able to get my break-even exit filled, so I had to change the order and sell at the bottom. That's just too bad. But I couldn't have done it any better, because really that's what you should do, just play things safe. If anything, it just makes your mind really clear on the idea that the bottom is in when it does hold, and if you're still holding the trade and you're just all emotional, not knowing what to do. I really liked scaling out, but I don't know if I'll keep doing it. I think it was a pretty good idea, because then it gave me a little more patience to wait, but then I didn't, because it just looked like there was chopping action, and yeah, I was right. This would have been pretty, you know, messy to go through. So yeah, I did another spike. Again, it just wasn't good price action in level 2, but it did it, so that's pretty good. This one I'm not really looking at. You know, just consider slightly the idea of these stocks that spike up a bunch to go on in a dip buy. The problem is that you never know if you're really in the top, in the front end or the back end of it. So you know, I considered it a little, but I never traded it. There was one that did a very nice, and I have to be thankful, because there's a lot of these, like a lot of these dropped right over 20%, but they did not really do a number 5, or at least a nice one. Here's one of them. This one wasn't that nice. It kind of rounded off. It took forever, and I think the level 2 on that one was pretty bad. NWGC kind of did one, but it wasn't really that nice. The volume was bad too. A lot of them just didn't really do a nice number 5. I don't know how I would have traded that one if I, you know, were to have seen it. This one just has no volume. A lot of them just kind of didn't work out, didn't really do a good one. So this one wasn't too bad. I mean, it did get from 15 to, you know, I guess 15 to 16 before it started getting all funky, but a lot of them just didn't really do that well. But here's one that was kind of nice. Let me see if I can find it. Let me go by largest percent gainer. Yeah, IMTL. This one was actually a nice number 5. The problem is that it was, I think, up on the day when it dropped, or maybe it just barely dropped, so it barely went down on the day, so I didn't really see it because of that reason. But this one was nice because it went from 11 to, I guess it went to 12 without some choppiness, but as high as 13, which isn't really that bad. That's not bad at all. So yeah, this is the state that I'm in right now. I don't see any setups that I necessarily want to trade at the moment, but I'll keep looking. It is 10:35 a.m. though. Alright, it is actually 3:30 p.m. and yeah, I'm just gonna call it off. I haven't really been looking at the markets. I forgot about making an outro. I've been working on other stuff, but yeah, I'm just gonna call it off. AABB made a very nice run. Geez, you know, it went from you know, did a breakout here eventually. Would have been very sketchy. Considered buying this dip here, but again, just something I haven't really prepared for. But I think I'll be maybe considering doing something like this in the future. All of these that I'll trend back very slowly. Finished nicely at 30, but I don't know. If this is the first green day, it's gonna have to be a few more days before it makes like a massive number 5 like it did right here just a few days ago. The other stock, RJBP, nothing I really want. It just seemed interesting because it held itself together. It kind of broke out to a new high, but this is a liquid. Yeah, just gonna call it off. I think I learned a few lessons, and unfortunate, yeah, I wasn't able to get, you know, my break-even execution out. But after I bought again when the price action was better, I did really good. I think scaling out of the trade, playing it as best as I could, and I just, you know, eventually is going to be that point where I won't be unlucky, where I'm not able to cut losses at the level I want to immediately, and you know, I can just have to get better at that, and it won't always be that way. So yeah, I'm just going to call things off right here. I think it was an overall good trading day.